Hi everyone, Ainsley here from Small Fry Creations, and this week we're building a picture frame. Let me show you how I did it. As a woodworker, I feel like there's just a couple of projects that you just have to make on your journey to being a woodworker. There's the cutting board, there's the box, and the last one that I think is important is a picture frame, and that's what we're making today. This is the sign which you may have seen in the back of some of my videos. This is the mantra of the Small Fry Workshop, which is mistakes are proof that you are trying. And the idea is that I want to frame this and put it up on the wall behind me, so when we're having those bad days and I am making those mistakes, because it's inevitable, I can remind myself that it means that I am trying and I am improving. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make it out of some 30mm plywood, and our first job is to cut some strips that we can turn into the frame. My first step was to cut the 30mm plywood, and as I wanted the pieces to be square, my first step was to cut 30mm strips. I could then use my picture frame jig to cut a mitre on one end of each of the pieces. Before cutting the other side, I wanted to stop and add an addition to the jig so that I could get repetitive cuts. I will run through what I did in just a tick, but here you can see me drilling some holes for bolts to secure the plywood to the jig. If you're interested in seeing the jig be made, head over to my 4 jigs from 1 sheet of plywood video, as this is one of the jigs. I'll leave links for you in the description below. I've cut one side of each piece at my 45-degree angle using my picture framing jig, which I made in my 4 jigs from 1 sheet of plywood. And I spoke about this in the last video where I used this jig. I wanted a way that I could get repeatable cuts that were longer than the board that I've got here. So what you've just seen me do is countersink some bolts here into this sacrificial piece of plywood, and we've got it screwed and tightened down in here from the back. That means then I can unscrew this stop block and move it all the way along. Now this piece is currently about 1600 long, which is probably too long for what I need, but I'm scared to cut it because I don't want to cut it too short and then wish I had it longer. So for the time being, it's okay that it's that long. I'm going to leave it that long until I feel the need or find the right spot to where I need to cut it. It's fine for the time being. So I've already cut one side, which is the top and the bottom of the frame. Now I'm going to cut the sides, which needs to be about 700mm. I'm using the poster as my measurement to make sure that I have got it right. So we'll go ahead and get this stop block clamped into place, and then we can cut those, and then we can start to talk about how we're going to bring the frame together. I will also at some point route a groove through the middle of the plywood for a stop block to slide up and down, so I don't need to clamp it. Got my 4 pieces to my frame, and this is now ready to have its rebate cut in for the poster and the perspex and the plywood. The perspex, I'm using a 6mm plywood. You could probably get away with 3, but I'm gonna run with 6 because it's what I've got on hand, and I'm using 6mm plywood for the back, and I've allowed about 3mm for the poster itself. So that totals up to 15mm, so that's the rebate that I need to cut into this plywood, and then once I've got the rebate cut in, we can glue up the frame and we can cut the perspex and plywood to size. So let's go ahead and set up the table saw for that cut and keep moving. I lowered the blade down to 15mm and set the table saw also at 15mm, which is the middle of the plywood strip. I labelled all the pieces with front and back and ran all the pieces through the table saw with the front facing the fence. I could then turn the pieces over and run them through again and cut out the rebate. It was then time to glue up the frame, which I did using blue tape to put everything in place, and then a band clamp to bring everything in square and tight. This is all clamped up and now needs to sit for the next couple of hours, but while this is doing its thing, we can be measuring up for the perspex and the plywood. So we'll go ahead and get those measurements, and then we can cut those 2 pieces, and then we'll wait a couple of hours, and then I can come back and sand this up, and we'll put some splines in, then we can start to mount the poster and bring this frame together. With the measurements taken, I could cut the plywood and the perspex to size. After a couple of hours, I could take the frame out of clamps and use the spline jig to cut 2 splines per corner. I set my table saw no higher than my spline material, and I made sure that it wouldn't cut all the way through the joint. I used some red gum hardwood as the spline material and glued them into place. After the glue had dried, I used a flush trim saw to cut the splines flush. It was then time to sand everything up to 220 grit and apply some finish. I applied 2 coats of clear satin poly and sand with 220 grit in between coats, and right at the end I come back with a 600 grit sand just to get that silky smooth finish. It was then time to assemble the frame. I used some photo stays around the frame to secure and hold in all the pieces. To hold the picture into place, we used some clear tape. My poster is all framed and it's almost ready to be hung on the wall. In hindsight, I should have made this frame slightly smaller than what I did. Because I made it to the exact frame of the exact size of the poster, I gave myself absolutely no tolerance around the outside. So it's not 100% perfect. It will do for the workshop, but something to note for when I'm making picture frames in the future, I need to make them just a little bit smaller than what I think to give myself some tolerance when I'm actually putting the picture or the poster into the frame. But I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Now, in terms of mounting it onto the wall, I'm going to use these little triangle things that I'm going to screw on either side, and then I'm going to have wire running between the two. I've used this before on a picture frame and it works really well, but there is a trick to tying the wire because you can't just wrap it around and then wrap it over itself. It will untangle and fall off the wall. So there is a trick to tying that. So what I'm going to do is get those screws and the triangle things into place, and then I'll bring you in closer and we can talk about the wire and how to attach it, and then we can get it on the wall. Now, if you were just to loop it through and start twisting it through itself, which you think is secure, let me tell you, as soon as that goes onto the wall, this slips through itself and it will fall off the wall. We need to get some sort of a knot on the end here to stop it from sliding. So there is a way to do that. So we want to have our ring here and we want to go up through the ring and over itself, giving yourself some overlap that you will twist at the end. So it's going to go over itself and around and under the original wire, and then back through the loop, and you can pull that nice and tight. That way we secure sort of like a slip knot, I suppose you would call it, but that will stop that wire from going anywhere. From there, you can twist it around itself until you've used all of the wire, and that's just its second way of securing itself and not going anywhere. But that will ensure that your picture frame is not going to fall off the wall. My 3M picture hooks are up on the wall, so this picture frame is ready to be hung and we can wrap up this project. As my workshop continues to evolve, I want it to be a reflection of my personality, and this back wall is no different. And for me, this saying really rings true and helps me get through those tough days, because making mistakes is inevitable and it is part of the process. But reminding myself that mistakes are just proof that you are in trying and getting better, that is really what matters. So I'm going to go ahead and get this picture frame on the wall, and I hope you have liked this video. If you have, help me out by hitting the subscribe and like buttons, and I'll see you on the next one.